There's a reason your content isn't bringing you in any new clients, and it's not the algorithm. I see business owners doing this every week, spending hours on content, making feel-good posts that get likes and comments, but the reality is none of it is actually paying them. That's because you're approaching content with a creator mindset, trying to monetize the content itself when you should be using content to help grow your business. So in this episode, I'm going to break down what it actually looks like when your content is built to drive your business, not just keep you busy. I see it all the time. Business owners putting out content every week. They have their podcast, they're posting clips, doing everything they think they're supposed to do. That's where people get it twisted. Because from the outside, it looks like you're doing everything right. You're putting time into it, and you're even posting consistently. So naturally, you assume it's just a matter of time before something clicks. But then nothing ever does. No meaningful leads, no real shift in your business. And instead of stepping back and questioning your approach, you just keep going. You stay busy, but your business stays the same. That's the part that nobody wants to admit. And it's usually not an effort issue. It's the way you're thinking about it. You're using a creator mindset to try to solve a business problem. And once you look at it that way, you start to see where it actually breaks. Because the way most people are creating content right now, they're not leading with it. They're chasing it. Creators follow what's already working. They watch trends, copy formats, tweak what's getting attention, and hope it lands. That's fine if you're just creating content as a hobby, but if you're running a business, that approach puts you in a crowd. If your content sounds like everyone else's in your space, there's no reason to choose you. You're just another option. That's the difference that most people miss. Authority doesn't come from repeating what works. It comes from having a point of view that people recognize as yours. If that's missing, you can post all you want, but it won't separate you. I see this show up a lot with business owners who have their own podcast, bringing on guests every week, coordinating schedules, recording, editing, clipping shorts for social media, managing the social media, and promoting the show. I'm exhausted even thinking about it because there's a shit ton of effort that goes into doing that. I know because I had an interview-based podcast for 5 years before switching to this new solo format. And when you take a step back and look at what a guest-based podcast is actually doing for you, it's usually not that much. There's no real control over the message, no clear tie back to what you sell or your business. It's just pure output. And then there's the other version of this, thinking the content itself is going to turn into income, that it'll grow, hit, and eventually start paying you. That happens for a very small percentage of people, like very small, like 1% small. But for most, it doesn't pay you a damn thing. So now you've got hours invested into something that isn't supporting your business at all. Content is supposed to support what you already do, not become something you're trying to make work on its own. And this is where it really starts to mess with people. Because now you're putting in some real time and you're seeing something come back, but just not the right thing. This is where it gets tricky because it feels like progress. People are engaging, they're responding, and you might even be getting noticed. Most of you are leaning into community content, local highlights, and feel-good posts. And again, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but you have to be honest about what you're doing. It's getting a reaction. It's not creating a movement for your business. It's not positioning you. It's not bringing in the right people. At some point, you have to take a step back and ask yourself, what kind of content am I actually putting out? Why am I doing it? And is this building my business or just feeding your ego? Because those are two totally different outcomes. And once you realize that, you start to see the real issue. It's not that you need to do more, it's that what you're doing doesn't have a clear enough direction behind it. And most people respond to this by doing more. They post more, try more ideas, they even stay more consistent. But if there's no direction behind it, none of this even matters. You need to know who you're trying to reach and what you want them to do after they see your content. If that's unclear, then the content is just floating around in space. Creators think about what might get attention. Business owners think about what leads someone closer to a decision. If you keep approaching your content with a creator mindset, you're going to keep getting inconsistent results. Some attention here or there, but nothing that you can actually rely on. But when you treat your content as part of your business, it starts to work differently. Now there's intent behind it. Now it connects back to something real. If what you're putting out doesn't lead anywhere, it's not helping you. It might look good on the surface, but it's not doing anything except wasting your time. So stop posting like a creator and start thinking like a business. If you're going to spend the time making content, it needs to have a job. It should build authority, attract the right people, and move someone one step closer to doing business with you. Because content without direction is just a hobby. So if you're serious about building content that actually supports your business, rewind this, take some notes, and look at what you're putting out. Ask yourself this one thing: is this content leading anywhere? And if you're done guessing and ready to build a podcast that actually brings in the right clients, send me a DM on Instagram at Bill Corcoran Jr. or hit me up at billcorcoranjr.com. Appreciate you spending the time with me today. This show is built to give you what you actually need, not just what I think. So if there's a topic or question you want me to cover, let me know here in the comments or hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn at Bill Corcoran Jr. If it's strong, I might turn it into a full episode. And if you want to dig deeper, you can find more content at billcorcoranjr.com.